Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day, a very blessed day today. In today's video, I have a meeting with the principal and the special needs educator and Candace's teacher because Candace has not been going to school because there has been some concerns coming from me. There has been a couple of incidents happened to him since first grade. Couple of incidents that have happened that have made me not trust the special needs education program or system. So I have a talk with the principal, the special needs educator, and Candace's teacher. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. I found out that 96% of you guys who are watching are not subscribed, and that makes me sad. So please subscribe. You would truly help us out a lot if you subscribe. That way you don't miss any of our content, any of our videos, and that way we can raise more and more awareness, more severe cerebral palsy awareness to the world. So help us grow. I truly appreciate it.
I'm Candace's teacher.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Joyce, program specialist from Brentwood Regional School District, and we spoke on the phone about setting this meeting up.
Okay, nice to meet you both.
And I'm responsible for the middle school through high school county programs. I used to do all the county programs, so I had the preschool all the way up through.
Okay, nice to meet you.
And you are Erica Escobar?
Yes, I'm Erica Escobar. I am Candace's mom.
Perfect. All right, so we got all our. I went ahead and sent you a copy of the parent rights via email, and I want to know if you had any questions.
No. I will print everything out and then send it to you on the first day of Candace.
Oh, his enrollment packets? Is that what you mean?
I got a paper on the mail with something highlighted. Is that what it is?
Oh, that was the one that came in the mail, that was for you, the meeting for today.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure that I had tried to contact you several different ways. So
Okay.
that's what that was for. And then in the email, one of the attachments was your parent rights, and I can definitely make sure if you would like to also have a paper copy around for you, I can send you a paper copy as well too. So they're always good to refer back to.
That's fine. The one in the email, it's okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So so did you have any questions on your parent rights? And,
No.
And if you do, just bring them up throughout the meeting.
Okay.
And so we are here today to talk about Candace's return back to school.
Yes.
And to check in on that. All right. Jocelyn, are you able to take notes?
I'm taking notes.
Or
Yeah.
Yes. So
I go ahead. I was going to say, we could start out with parent concerns. Like, Mom, I would like for you to express your concerns to the staff regarding the reentry plan for Candy. So if you would start there, and then we can have the staff members comment on that.
Okay, well, so my main concern for Kande going back to school is that over the years, a couple of incidents have happened during school time that to this day, I think that it's not the school is not the safest place for my son to be at. So I don't know if we can fix that today, where I can think differently, or I want to be able to trust for him to be able to fully go back to school with any incidents happening to him. Again, my son, he is nonverbal, and he has severe cerebral palsy, so therefore he has no control over his body. I know some cases are different, but my son, in his case, he cannot control his body whatsoever. He is nonverbal, so he cannot speak, he cannot express himself, he cannot tell me absolutely nothing. So during his school time throughout the years, a couple of incidents have happened that has made me not trust in me taking my son to school. I don't think as of now that school is the safest place for my son.
So just to clarify, did you bring these up when they happened? Because I mean, he hasn't been
Yeah.
in school since before COVID. Okay,
Yes,
so
I have.
Who'd you bring it up to?
The teachers.
Do you remember the teacher's name? Which teacher it was? It's been a while.
No, well, it has happened all throughout since I would say first grade. And
Is there anything specific to the school that you've been in? Like the last time that he was in school, was there anything specific to
yeah,
that area?
that's the last time he actually went to school because I came to pick him up early when he was still in 5th grade. I don't exactly know the day, the time, but the last time he was in school, and I'm pretty sure it's in the records, I came to pick up my son early and I found him. I kid you not, I can't record at school, nor can I take pictures. I believe it's illegal. They would not let me do that. I found my son literally 1 to 2 inches close from the TV inside the classroom. My son's not visibly impaired. He can see perfectly fine from a distance. He was in his wheelchair with no safety vests on whatsoever. My son does not have control over his body whatsoever. He cannot hold on to the chair if he's about to fall. Unfortunately, he has a 0. He cannot, if he is itchy on his forehead, he can't be like, oh, I'm gonna itch my head. He has no control over his body whatsoever. If he were to fall, thank God it didn't happen because I got there on time. But if he were...
What school was he at? So this was within the last, let's see, how 4 years, 5 years?
Yes.
Like that? I mean, that he was, because he just aged up to 6th grade, right?
Yeah.
So that would have been, okay. And do you remember approximately how long ago this was?
It was... I don't remember, but I think it was in April. It was either in March or April. March or April.
Of what year? Last year?
This year.
Okay, so he was in school during that time, this last March.
Yes, that was the last day he went. I didn't take him back because, I don't know, there's just certain things that just didn't, I don't even know how to explain it to you guys, coming from me advocating for my son from a mother's point of view. So I did not feel confident for me to take my son back into that classroom, knowing that I found him so close to the TV, no vest, nothing on, knowing my son, something could happen to my son, and I would have regretted me taking my son to school, saying, why did I take him to school? I could have prevented that accident. Thank God nothing happened, but that's how I found him. 2 inches away from the TV, no vest. My son was literally, he was not perfectly seated because he cannot sit perfectly. He has a pattern of extension, meaning with his rigid muscles, he does an extension every 2 minutes. And he goes like this, and he extends, and he has a pattern of extension. My son was not perfectly seated. He was almost, how do I say this? His butt was sliding a little bit off the chair, and his body was like sitting like this. I don't even know how to explain it, but he was not perfectly seated. He was not safe. He was not seated safely in his wheelchair with his vests on. Now, when I got there, it was just complete silence. It was not just that time. It was every time I went to go pick him up. It wasn't like a regular pickup, like as if like, to me, a regular pickup would be like, oh, hey, your son did great at school, or this or that, feedback, nothing, complete silence. And it wasn't just him. I know some of these kids are unable to just completely sit all the time in their chair, but I would see some of the kids in the carpet. I know that's what they do there, but I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem right or safe to me.
I mean, that classroom is a mixed class. So there are some students that are in wheelchairs and some that are not in wheelchairs. And so, you know, we even those students that are in wheelchairs, we typically give them opportunities to get out because it's not good for them to be sitting the entire day in a wheelchair. So they have repositioning. They take them out of the chair, they lay them down, they stretch them out, and it's usually all related to doctors' recommendations. Fortunately, I wasn't overseeing that program last year, so I'm trying to check with the principal because her impression was that he had not been in school for the last 3 years. So I'm unclear.
I told her about the incident. I told her about it.
Who did you tell?
Told her about it, and I told her how I felt about it. And since then, I did not sign absolutely nothing because I did not feel that school was the safest place for my son. Now, it's just not this incident that's made me feel that way. It's prior incidents that happened during school that's made me feel this way. I may be wrong, but I mean, that's just how I feel, and that's just our situation at the moment.
I'm sorry this didn't get addressed when it happened. Because that's not typically Maria's really, really careful about communicating with parents, especially when there's a concern, and we usually have a meeting to talk about the concern so we can put parents' minds at ease. If there's something we need to change in the classroom, then we we do that. So what I think would be best would be for you, because now he's aged up. He's a 6th grader. And so he would be now, his new school is O'Hara Park Middle School. Margaret is the teacher. We have 4 kids in the class right now. It's very small.
Okay.
There's 5. Okay. Is it 5? Oh yeah, we moved someone up. That's right. So there's 5 kids in the class, very small. And it might be good I would recommend that you go and look at the classroom and hopefully put your mind at ease, because it is. I'm actually very surprised about Maria's situation, but I'll talk to her about that. But I feel like you're going to feel very comfortable with it. We want to be in school. We only have so much time with these kids, and then that's it. We have them until they're 22, and then at that point they go to adult programs. So we want to get as much support as we can while we can. And so these are really important years. So when would you like to come and look at the classroom?
Well, I believe Monday is it a holiday? My daughter does not have school on Monday, so maybe Tuesday? Tuesday or any day of the week next week?
Yeah, Tuesday works for me. How about like 9? Would that work?
No, I drop off my daughter around 8. I end up coming back home to feed my son around 8:30 or 9. Any time past 10:30 works for me.
Past 10:30?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Would 10:30 work for you?
Yep. Yeah.
Margaret?
Oh, for me it does, but...
Yes, I think that'd be fine. I'm just trying to think. I know we have speech. That'd be great because we have speech and we have OT as well. So we have our providers that come in. So what I can say is that the how you're describing your description of your son, that is very much the description of my classroom too. So I have some more kids that are more able-bodied, but those that's a really good analogy of what the other students are in my class as well too. So I think that, sorry, my computer beeped and I'm trying to figure out what it's telling me. I better make sure I have my laptop here. That's what I can say is that's very good an analogy of what my students are in their capabilities. Now, Tuesday we have speech and OT service providers that come in and do group services with my kids on that day. But I think that Tuesday, Wednesday, that'd be fine. I know Wednesdays we're out early, so that wouldn't give you that much time. But any of the day of the week, you're welcome to come in.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, Tuesday works for me.
Information. Hold on, I'm just gonna. So you still at? That's right.
Yeah, if my calendar is clear, because I've never seen the school, I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yeah.
Come on over.
You actually have a few kids that you have a few kids there. So maybe if you have to,
Okay.
if it doesn't work for you that day, just let me know and we can find another time for you to go visit.
Sure. Okay.
Because you do have some to see.
But it's I have on the note Tuesday the 5th at 10:30 a.m. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Let's see. A little map too, so you can see where it is on the campus. Let's see. Back to here.
That would be wonderful.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about your son, what his schedule looks like right now.
Well, based on feedings or
Yeah.
so his first feeding is at 9. It's sort of like every 3 hours. He's on bolus feeds. It's 9, 12, 3, and 6. At school, he's gonna get the 9, I believe, the 9 and the 12, except on Wednesdays. And then he comes home and I start his other feeding. So he gets, I believe, 2 feedings at school. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because we dismiss or are getting ready to get on buses, etc., transportation around 2:15.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
and then if that time is adjusted, you just need to let us know so that we make sure that gets met. What about, and so for toileting, I'm assuming from what you described earlier that he goes ahead and needs to be fully changed.
Yes, yeah, he needs to be fully changed, but as he gets older, it is become quite a challenge to change him. As he's getting older, he's getting stronger, and it takes me a while for me to change his diaper.
Yeah.
So, I mean, by all means, I'm a hands-on mom. If you need me to come down there and change him myself, I totally would. I don't mind it because I know how hard it is for me. I am assuming how hard it is for you guys to do it. So by all means, if
That is awesome. I have to say that I am blessed to have the most amazing staff. The ladies here in my room are amazing. We like to come back to parents and say, okay, so we were doing this as a routine. We noticed this. What are some of the things that you do to go ahead and help, or how, so if we run into some challenges, sometimes, for instance, one of my students that does have food by mouth, he doesn't like to open his mouth far enough for the spoon. So I was asking Mom, what do you do? Like, how do you get them to drink more? How do you get them to feed more? Because we want to know what our kids like, don't like, what their routines are, what their preferences are. So when we change here in our class, in our bathroom, we have overhead ceiling lift that we use and a sling, so that helps that process immensely. And they are very, I say they've taught me some more things too, but very adept at doing that. But then also, if there's something that you noticed that wasn't, maybe you want the shirt tucked in and we left it out, or something to that effect, then, let us know. Let us know so we know preferences,
Yeah. I'm just trying to get into the idea of someone else changing my son. As I'm trying to make it as comfortable as possible because I mean he is my son, and it just, I don't know if it makes sense, but someone else changing him and him being as big as it is and him giving me a challenge, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can only imagine the challenge is going to be for you guys. So that's my worry in my head.
We have had some. Last year, one of our students would do the same thing, and so we learned some tricks and tips to kind of work around that. He would get super excited, for instance, when he went on the lift. Well, that could cause a safety issue. So we worked with him on having like a weighted blanket that calmed him. Then we would talk about, we're going to change right now. Talk him through the process to go ahead, and so he knew what was coming up, and that helped a lot. So we try anything we can to make it as safe for staff
Yeah,
and for the
that works for my son as well. Talking through it and just he gets so excited when I change him, and then just talking through it like, oh, can you help me? He actually puts his hands on his knees and he's actually trying to help me a little. So that makes it easier for me. So maybe if I give you guys like tips and all that helps me, can help you guys. So that makes me a little more comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, at this time I would doubt like being allowed to come in and change because we have other students and it comes down to their information is not then private as well too, because we have all our other students, we're changing all our students in the same manner. So we just want to make sure that we're kind and respectful to everybody's privacy as well too.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
appreciate that. And if we have something where it's just we don't know, we would like some direction on how to do something, we're going to ask you.
Okay, perfect. Also, my other concern was when it is changing time from his wheelchair to the changing area, will you guys be able to manage? Because he's not the size of a 5-year-old. He's taller and bigger.
Right, I have middle schoolers and high schoolers in here, so
Yeah,
yeah.
she's got
Oh, okay.
high school right now, so she's got big kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our high school programs are impacted. We don't have that many spaces, so the middle schoolers have been staying in. Well, they're not now. They're high schoolers. They're staying in O'Hare Park longer than we normally would have.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We've got full-grown people in our classroom.
Got
I
it.
have a couple of freshmen this year because of that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, one of my freshmen last year, he was 5'11".
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And we have lifts. We have a lift, a main classroom lift, and then there's also a lift in the bathroom.
Okay. Perfect.
so we have overhead lifts in both rooms because, again, we're also taking students out of chairs and positioning throughout the day based on, like Randy said, based on their different programs, and also on the fact that our kids, we want to not be stuck in one position all day. They want to get out of their chairs, and
Yeah.
we want that to be a safe environment, and so that they can, move around
Okay.
freely.
Yeah.
We have three nurses out on the East County, so everything from me. Although she's not there all the time, she's there. There's LVNs in the classroom. There's staff, but it's very adequately staffed. We have 2 other classrooms on site too, unlike Correa where we just had the one. We have 2 other classrooms there. One is kind of similar, and then one is completely different type of classroom. But they all work together, so there's a lot of staff to support if people are out.
Okay. Yeah. That makes me feel a little more comfortable.
And I am your administrator for the county, so I'm on the email. If you have any questions, you can give me a call. But I just sent you an invite, a calendar invite.
Okay.
Let me know if you didn't get that.
I got it.
Okay.
There was a little incident that happened. I think it was in 2nd grade. My son got scratched by a student, and they were completely unattended. Like there was no one there, based on the teacher that had just stepped out. I don't know for what, but there was no one in the classroom, just the kids. Yes. Yeah. He was completely scratched. His face. I don't even know how to describe it, but he was completely scratched. The way she described it was that there was no one there, and my son can't scream, he can't say nothing, he's nonverbal, he's not even able to scream to ask for help. And this was happening for a while, I would say like 30 minutes being scratched, and there was no one there to help him. That's sort of what caused our main trust issue there, that the kids were left unattended for such a long time, and things could have escalated. So my son, the girl that was next to my son, she was trying to call for his attention, and he's nonverbal nor he's interested. He's a I don't even know how to explain it, but if he's not interested in something, he's not gonna bother turning around. Only things he's interested in, he's gonna pay attention to. So the girl was calling his attention and he was not turning around, so she was getting very frustrated. All these, well, they were being unattended. She got really frustrated that she started scratching Kande uncontrollably for like 30 minutes. My son came home unrecognizable, bleeding, a lot of scratches in his arms, head, chest, everywhere. I was very close. I really held myself back from calling the police, but he ended up. They ended up, changing him schools. She said that the classroom closed down, that the school closed down. I don't know if it's true or not, but he ended up.
We closed that class.
Okay, well, he ended up. Ever since then, we haven't really been I haven't been comfortable with taking my son, and I don't know. I don't think.
I would just like to say, with the collaboration and communication that you guys are starting here, this is a good starting place. But that has to be ongoing, in making sure that, his needs are being met, that the teacher is informed, or the teacher is informing you of what's going on. I think with that continuity of communication, that, it would, make for a better situation.
Yeah, I agree. I also would like to know how many, or not how many, if the classroom, like at my daughter's school, the principal goes and checks inside the classroom from time to time. Do you guys get that or no? Does anybody go and check in the classrooms from time to time?
I've got people coming in and out of my room all the time.
Okay.
I'm usually over there once a day, sometimes twice, but usually once a day I'm over there. And then they have, like I said, there's nurses that come in and out. There's speech therapists, there's occupational therapists, there's physical therapists.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good to hear. Well, that's the.
I see Randy every morning.
Okay.
And like our nurse comes in, she's always on our call when we need help. We know how to get a hold of her if she's on a different campus. But like she comes in on a set time. Fridays are her time, and she comes in and just checks in and collaborates with staff to see. She really comes in to come hang out with the kids and play with the kids and talk with them. But she goes ahead and checks in on them, and then also checks in with all the staff to see if we're having any concerns that we see. So if we see a concern on a student, she comes in and takes a look, and then goes ahead and advises us next. Advises us on the next step.
Okay.
So, students has medication that they take, and I'm like, oh, that's flaring up. That seems to be a problem. She'll make sure she goes ahead and comes back and talks to the parents and checks in on that student as well too, so check on their well-being.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with my son going to school. I just want my son to be taken care of at school as if I'm the one taking care of him, if it makes sense. I want my son to be safe in school. I think that him going to school, he's one of the less worries for him should be feeling safe and feeling taken care of. He should go to school to learn and to be taken care of, not to worry about anything else, or like him getting scratched or him falling off the chair and then me having to worry about something else other than his safety. So that's just my main concern, but I don't have a problem with him attending school. I just want him to be safe and taken care of at school. That's all I ask for.
That's his, of course, that's his basic, that's his basic need that he needs always, and we're looking at providing that environment for him, building a relationship with all our kids and going ahead and talking to them and making them feel safe at school.
Yeah, that's my main.
As a parent, of course, you're going to advocate for him. So please don't stop communicating. Like, please let us know what's going on so that we can make sure, because we might have to adjust something, like something's not working. So don't be afraid
Yeah.
we want your input. So please, let us know and keep communicating with us.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so I will see you there at O'Hara Park at 10:30 on Tuesday.
Sounds good. Thank you. I look forward for him going to his classroom. I know he used to love going to school.
Oh, good.
And then once we do that, or do you want to start getting ready to start the transportation, Jocelyn? Can you just, because I know it takes a
Oh
little
no,
time.
I will be taking him to school. I have a specialized vehicle.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
And if that does not work, then let me know and I can put in the county request.
he stopped going he stopped liking the bus transportation, I would say 3-4 years ago. He doesn't go in it anymore. I don't know why, but he just doesn't. So I bought myself a specialized vehicle because of that.
No, you are welcome to bring him with you on Tuesday if you'd like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be great. So that way he sees his classroom and he sees where he's gonna be coming every day. That would be great.
All right. We will see you then.
All right, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
We're doing this as an amendment just to document the conversation and your concerns. So you'll get something to sign off. Have you ever done the online signing before? Have you done that before?
I believe I believe I have a couple of documents I've signed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what and you're just gonna sign that we met. We haven't made any changes. Well, the school site changed, but that's not really a change in this program. So, so you'll just get something just documenting that you had this meeting with us today.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you. Thank you all.
All right.
Bye bye.
I'll send you the note.
Okay, thank you. That'd be wonderful.
All right. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
Well, I just want to explain the reason for this meeting was because Kande was not going to school. Let me fix this. I don't know if you guys were able to hear that, or I was talking to the principal at my son's school. He is now a sixth grader. He's in sixth grade now. And he hasn't been going to school since school started. School started back in July 28th, I believe. Let me look at my calendar. Let me see. Yeah, July 28th. I think so. It was July 28th. Kanda has not been going because there has been a couple of incidents that had happened to my son, to my special needs son, during school hours. I think you guys heard me, and I also have that video where he got scratched. I have it somewhere. I'll link it somewhere here so you guys can go and check it out. But he came home scratched. He was left unattended by the teachers and the assistants. And then recently, this happened in March, and when he was in fifth grade, I came to pick him up early from school, and I noticed that he was 2 inches away from a big screen TV. And my son, he can see perfectly fine. He has no vision problems or nothing. And my son, for his safety, he has vests in his wheelchair. And he didn't have not a single one on. And he was literally like scooched down, like almost about to fall when I came in. And oh man, I just don't trust this special needs program or the system. I can't trust it. I don't know. I can't trust it. I tried, but that's why Kanye has not been going to school. That was the last day he went to school, the day that I found him like that. I just don't trust them. So they called me that Kanye needs to go to school Like he needs to go, and they needed a reason why. And well, he has to go to school. We're gonna go see on Tuesday. I just hope and I pray that nothing happens to my son during school time, because as of now, I don't see school, special needs school, as a safe environment for my son. I don't know, but I just wanna make this video to show you guys what I go through from time to time. This is me advocating for my son who can't speak, who can't really defend himself, and can't really speak for himself. So this is me advocating for him. We'll see how it goes, because I am so scared. I'm petrified to take him to school, knowing all these incidents that have happened during school time. And it scares me so much he doesn't even ride the bus anymore because he's scared. So I ask for you guys' prayers for my son to be safe at school, and for everything for us to go well while he goes back to school. If one more thing happens, I mean, I'm done. I will try to take him out from the district and homeschool, which is, I believe, what I feel most comfortable with, or safe. Because as of now, I don't feel that my son's safe at school. Yeah, that's the video that I have for you guys today.